Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be working on spinal forward flexion and extension, side flexion and rotation. We're going to be doing this in a seated position. So depending on how you sit comfortable or how your hips are, you might want to sit on a big puffer cushion. I'm going to be on a block. So ideally we want to be sitting either in cross-legged or in frogs. You could have your legs in front of you, slightly open, or one leg in. The main thing is that you're going to be able to sit upright. Now for some people this is really difficult because you're very tight on the hips. You might want to sit on a bigger cushion. And that will be much more comfortable for your hips and knees. So make sure you've got the right bits of equipment. It will also work seated on a chair. Okay. So whatever you're sitting on, you want to park your sitting bones quite forward. So I'm not fully on the block, I'm quite forward. Okay, and we're just going to focus in. Just take a few breaths. Making sure you engage your pelvic floor and let your diaphragm work. Just a few more breaths, and with each breath you're going to allow your spine to lengthen, creating more space in between each vertebra. Excellent. We're now going to curve forward, so keep the length in those vertebrae and just relax forward. So you could put your hands forward, further forward, to the side, or maybe even interlink them behind your back. You choose an option that's good for you. And you're just going to hang forward like a rag doll. Just relaxing. Okay, so I want you to gently draw your pelvic floor up and pull your tummy in. And then we're going to sway very gently from side to side. So let your head become really heavy. Your head is the heaviest part of your body. It weighs approximately the same amount as a bowling ball. That's quite heavy, so just let it hang, giving that neck a chance to relax. It's also important that you keep working on your lower spine and not just flop forward. I'll show that to you sideways. I'm really loose in my forward flexion. So this is very easy for me. But I'm not actually getting the best stretch in my lower spine. So by staying nice and upright, pulling my tummy in, and I'm pushing my belly button backwards, imagining the spine's being pulled in that direction, I'm actually getting a much better stretch in my lower spine, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, so I want to stretch this out rather than just flop forward. So keep swaying a little bit longer. So that your head or your nose comes over your knees, if you're sitting in that position, that is. Okay, and then we're going to roll back up, make sure your sitting bones are down, and then you stack up one vertebra at a time, sitting taller than before. Let's just do some arm floats. There we go. One more. So as your arms float up, your spine lengthens. Okay, so we've done our forward flexion, now we want to do our extension. So the easiest way to think is if you imagine there's a spider crawling up the wall and you're going to take your eye line with you. So I'm looking at the front wall, taking my eye line with you, and I'm lifting my chest. So the spider is now just sitting underneath the ceiling right in front of me. It's really important not to just go like this because it's just crinking the neck and it's not a spinal extension. So it's not a back bend, it's an upper back extension. So if you imagine where your bra strap is, you want to lift up and above your bra strap. Yeah, like you're leaning back on a cushion or a cloud. Okay, so I'm watching the spider. And I'm leaning slightly back. So now my shoulder blades are engaged, my chest is open, and my eyeline is forward. So I'm not doing anything silly with the head. Okay, and then we're going to go back to our forward flexion. Then you're pulling the tummy in. And up. And upper back extension. So your core is working really hard. You're relaxing your head, stacking up each vertebra at a time. Shoulder blades draw down and together so your rhomboids are working. Core is in, it's really, really working. Just do a few more. And you could even do this with your arm float. So it could be rolling forward, coming back up. Allow the arms to float up. There we go. Right, let's ease ourselves into a slight rotation. So one arm forward, one arm to the side. Again, we're going to relax forward, making sure the opposite sitting bone stays on the block, and we're going to circle around 4 or 5 times in each direction. And the other way around. Rolling back up to sit nice and tall. And rotate in the other direction. Relaxing forward and circle. Change direction. And rolling back. Let's do that one more time. Just 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming back up. We're going to stay on this side for a moment, and we're just going to do a side bend. So float the arm up and then stretch up and over to the side. Again, making sure the opposite bum cheek stays on the floor. Breathing in. The arm stays in relationship to your ear. And no rising of the underneath shoulder. So you can slide the underneath arm away or simply bend from the elbow. Keeping that back nice and wide. Twice more. And one more. Excellent. Go to the other side. So we're going to do a rotation and circles, 4 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and change. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rolling up. Float the arm up, breathing in. And exhale for your side bend. Two more times. Really pushing that opposite sitting bone down. And don't forget, it works in any other seated position as well. Okay, from here we're going to go into a pure spinal rotation. So I'm going to put my hands in a prayer position and attach the thumbs to my chest, because quite often if the hands are not attached, we just move the arms to the side without actually rotating. So do place them on top of you, make contact, sit as tall as you can, zip up and hollow, and allow your spine to rotate. Head swivels around, coming back to the center. So the rotation starts from your lower spine. Just remembering your lower spine has not got an awful lot of rotation, so there's not much happening at the bottom there, but the higher you come up, the more you can rotate, and the head swivels fully around. And keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed. There's always a tendency to rotate and lift your shoulders up because we think we get further around. You can just relax your shoulders down. If you feel your shoulders tensing, just drop your arms to the side. Let's try a different position. You just want to think along the spine. If you imagine you are on a skewer, your spine is the skewer, and the skewer rotates and the rest rotates around with it. Okay, and then let's do one more with an arm. So we reach the arms forward. You're going to open one arm horizontally. I'm going to take my eye line with me, I'm looking over that thumb. Once the arm's fully open, that will lead me further into rotation. And again, being careful about those shoulders raising up. So breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, and exhale to rotate. And in, and exhale. One more time each side. Okay, let's just flex forward one more time and finish in our upper back extension. So rolling forward. And coming back up, engage your pelvic floor, lengthening the spine, stacking it all up, sitting tall, watching the spider, floating the arms up, pushing the shoulder blades down. And relax. Well done. Your 10 minutes of spinal movements, that will do you a lot of good, especially if you're sitting around all day. And we'll see you soon. Bye.